You are listening to the Retina UK National Peer Support Group Autumn Meeting, recorded Wednesday, the 25th of September 2024.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our autumn meeting of our National Peer Support Group. We're very delighted to introduce our guest speaker this evening. It's going to be all around cooking. Our National Peer Support Group runs 4 times a year, starting with our winter meeting, spring, summer, and then finally our last meeting of 2024 is this evening. We've had some incredible speakers this year alone, anything from sailing to first aid training and even learning to fly your own plane. We try to keep these topics as varied as possible. We want you to learn, we want you to experience new activities, and through speakers, it gives you the opportunity to learn and take part in some of these activities should you wish to do so. So tonight's meeting is all around cooking. Today is National Cooking Day. That's not a coincidence. I did decide to do it on National Cooking Day. And I am very delighted to welcome Gwyneth Boyes, aka the Blind Baker, to come and chat about her passions for cooking and why it inspires her so much. So thank you so much, Gwyneth.
No problem. Yeah, well, I've always been into cooking, really. Like I say, me mum did a lot of cooking. We just, ate everything she made, but we didn't realise at first that she had a sight impairment. You just grew up with it. We didn't realise what it was, so we just, I used to help her in the kitchen, just, I was sort of there, so I just picked up little things. So unfortunately, when my mum died, I was around 14, so I just took over the role of cooking for the family. And that was a learning curve because, as my brothers would probably tell you if they were here, it went from one disaster to another until I finally got things right. But, that's how you learn. I think we started off with, it was the favourite thing in the household was, how many slices of gravy do you want? It was that bad. But, now they can't get enough of my cooking, unfortunately, because we don't live that close, so they have to get it now and again. So after a little while, family and everything, you just do the cooking that you need to do as your family's growing up. And then losing my sight, I sort of lost out a little bit. I sort of stopped reading. So, because I was the type of person who would read a cookery book like most people would read a novel. So once I lost my ability to read properly, I sort of went away from that. I think I've lost everybody here. I don't know what's happened on my screen.
Oh, no, you're still here.
That's fine. No, it just went blank. It might have just been my iPad. It does that to me now and again. But anyway, in lockdown, it's, everybody was thrown into this wide world that we didn't really understand anymore. I had everybody at home. It was quite a difficult time. So I decided the only way I could really relax was in the kitchen. So I just started to bake again and just thought, well, I can't read ordinary books, but I can look on the internet and, all the screen readers and everything. So I decided I could still follow a recipe, really. So I started cooking. Then I was volunteering with RNIB at the time, doing the talk and support calls, and they asked if I would do a cook week one every fortnight, where we just basically had a group chat like this and we talked about cooking. And it started off just talking about it, and then they wanted to try and do an easy recipe online. So they were in their kitchen, I was in mine, videos on or off, whichever. And we're still going now. I'm still continuing that group now. So we do lots of wonderful things, and they're getting more and more adventurous. So we even did for the Queen's, was it I'm trying to think, Platinum, wasn't it? The Platinum Jubilee not long ago, a few years back now. They decided they wanted to put an entry into that. So we made up our own pudding. We called it the Platinum Pudding. It was based on meringue and lemon curd. So we didn't get anywhere, but I did get on Australian telly with it, of all things. I'm not really sure how that came about, but I had a spot on Australian news channel. Very bizarre, but never mind. So yeah, we still do that now, and I do a lot of baking for charity. Everything I do a lot of like fairs, Christmas fairs, summer fairs, and everything that I make, everything that I earn money from, as such, all the money goes to Retina UK. So I class it as charity baking. I love baking, so it's one way of getting it out there, letting other people, eat it. I bake it, they eat it. It's a good combination to me. Retina UK get a little bit of money, also good. So, and at the moment, I'm actually, I'd say halfway through trying to create a recipe book for Retina UK. Again, it will be all the proceeds will be going to Retina UK, but it's all really based around visual impairment, really, in cooking. That you can still do it. There's lots of gadgets out there that help. Particularly our talking scales. I use a lot of talking scales, even though the voice does get on your nerves after a while. I can tell you how many ounces is there, but this is what you have to put up with sometimes. Talking thermometer, which people think is only for meat, but you can test your bacon with a thermometer. And, all cakes have a different doneness. So, rather than relying on how it looks, you can check how it's cooked inside with the talking thermometer. So there's lots of good gadgets out there. You just got to find them and find what works for you. So I also do the buffet for the Retina UK. It's my dog in the background, honestly. I do the buffet for our peer support group, as the Northern Alliance one with Colin. So that raises a little bit of money as well. It's quite popular normally. So I don't really know what else to say about it, apart from that's just, I love cooking. And it's just, since I've got back into it, I just feel much more comfortable and confident, and just doing something that I've always loved, but thought for a little while, thought that it was beyond me. Now, I suppose we all feel that sometimes with something, isn't it? With sight loss, you sort of think, well, I can't do that anymore, but you can, so I just like to get out there and make sure that people realise that they can still do it. It might not be to the same standard that you did before. It might be different, it might be better, but you can still do it. There's always a way around it. So if anybody's got any questions, I'm always great with questions. I'm just not very good at talking.
That was absolutely lovely. Thank you so much, Gwyneth. Gwyneth did mention a few talking gadgets there. If anybody joined us for our talking tech session last month, again, it was around cooking technology, gadgets and gizmos and techniques. So you can get creative and imaginative in the kitchen with your cooking and your baking. If anybody's interested in receiving the follow-up email that didn't attend that meeting, then please drop me an email, and it will also include the audio recording for that as well. It had some excellent information there from our attendees and our guest speaker, Ross Megan, who spoke about his tech advice for the kitchen. So if anyone is interested in that, it's a great complement to tonight's meeting. It may get you inspired to get in the kitchen and create some delicious, nutritious meals. Has anybody got any questions that you would like to learn from Gwyneth? Anything in the comments box?
Do you use a talking microwave, and if so, has anyone used one from the RNIB?
I don't have a talking microwave. I know, you can get them. I haven't used one before, but
I've got a talking microwave. But I only use it for heating things. The most useful thing I've got is my talking air fryer.
I've heard about those. Yeah,
it's great. It's absolutely great.
That's quite a new thing. I've heard about that recently. I was quite interested to hear if anybody had one.
Yeah, I've used it lunchtime today, and I'm going to be using it after this to to do my evening meal. It's absolutely great. I mean, I haven't used my main oven in 6 months now. I just used the talking air fryer.
Oh.
We did talk about the air fryer and where you could buy that from, and also the microwave.
Yeah, Cobalt Systems have it.
So if anyone is interested in any technology, please drop me an email, and I can send you a little bit more information of where you can get it, costs, etc. So you can have and perhaps some reviews, just in case you're not sure. But if anybody has got any reviews of any talking assistive technology, again, please share it, and I can put that in the follow-up email as well.
I've also got a talking induction hob for using a frying pan, which I find very useful as well.
That's good.
I've got the RNIB's talking microwave, about the second one I've had, because the first one I thought was a load of rubbish, but this one they've obviously redesigned. It's brilliant for cooking fish. Yeah, really, really very, very good for that, and very, very easy to use. Controls, and you can, thankfully you can alter the volume of the speaking, because I've recently had to buy a new pair of talking scales, and when you switch it on, oh my goodness, you need a pair of ear defenders.
Yes.
Because the only way to reduce the volume, you had to hold down the button on the front, and I just thought, couldn't they start with this quieter volume? Because feeding the dog, you think, oh no, I don't need this.
Yes, that's one of the problems. Very loud.
Absolutely.
No. I've got a question for you, Gwyneth. What's the most enjoyable thing that you've had to make or bake?
It's most enjoyable. I could be here all night. I don't know. I suppose I love creating cupcakes and cookies and things like that. Just imagining different flavour combinations and things like that. I enjoy doing that, just testing them out. But I'm one of those, everybody thinks I'm crazy because I love the process of baking and I love to see the finished product, but once it's there, I'm not interested anymore. So, that's why I tend to give a lot away, really. In lockdown, I used to bake loads. Literally, I would just be on all day because I can't just bake one thing. I've got to have a few different things on the go. And I ended up where my son's girlfriend works in a dementia home in Newcastle, not far away from us. So every Friday, we'd go and do a treat drop where I'd go and drop boxes of whatever I'd baked on their doorstep, and they would just come and take them in. It was just some way of getting rid of it all, because although I had the family at home, there's only so much they can make. I can make loads. There's only so much they can eat, so. And one of the things in lockdown is my husband tells everybody he got diabetes in lockdown because I baked that much, which I don't believe at all. It's not my fault he eats so much. It's not my fault. But no, I do. I think any cake recipe I love to make. So
I've got a follow-up question. Do you have
Bracken? Sorry about that. He's having a big bark in the background.
Do you have any quality control volunteers? And if you haven't, how can someone apply?
Well, my husband's the top one, and my son is, a close second there. And then there's the string of them. I even take a box of bakes every Thursday to the local pub where we go for our quiz night. And it's a case of, what have you got? If I go without a box now, I sort of feel everybody's looking at me. They're thinking, where's a box of cakes? So, yeah.
If anybody's got any recipes, Caroline has got a fantastic Terry's chocolate orange cookie recipe that we do every Christmas for the office, which we're happy to share in the follow-up email. And Gwyneth, you had some great recipes on your blog site, which you're happy.
I've got some on there. Yeah, I'm afraid at the moment that's taking a backseat to my writing this book. So we'll see how that goes on. But I'm hoping to have it out by Christmas. So fingers crossed. I think I said that last year, to be fair, but no, I've moved on with it this year, so I'm hoping to be out by Christmas. But I will put most of the recipes, or a lot more recipes, on the website. So eventually. But you can also follow me. Sorry, you can also follow me on Facebook if anybody does that. Just look up Blind Baker, and you're bound to find me.
Is that where you do your cooking shows from? Is it Facebook, or do you do that over Zoom? You know, if you do have any upcoming meetings that you'd like to share with us. So if anybody wants to learn a new recipe, you know, live when you're doing it, you know, how can someone sort of get in touch with you?
Yeah, well, it's a group that like I said, I started with RNIB in lockdown, but now I just do it myself, and it's all online. But I do it through Messenger, so it's like a group chat through Messenger, and you can have your video on or off. So again, if you went onto the Blind Baker site, you should be able to message me from there, and then I could add you to the group. At the moment, we're not actually doing any until about mid-October, because I thought I'll have to take a break and actually concentrate on the recipes for the book rather than just, you know, so I would imagine mid to end of October I should be starting up again. But yeah, you could message me on Blind Baker or find me on Facebook. That's where I do it too. Noisy dog in the background. I don't know what's got his attention.
Gwyneth, have you got any tips for getting cake mixture level when you say doing a sponge cake, apart from using Mark's trowel as he suggested last time?
But you could use a trowel, yes.
Well, I mean, what I've tended to do in the past is sort of use a knife to go around, but sometimes it scoops it up. But
generally, it's not too bad if you don't go too level, but I find sometimes just a little tap on the surface of the tin will level it out a little bit. Don't go mad because you're not all the air out, but
absolutely.
but just sometimes, but yeah, probably just a spatula or something rather than a knife, or even the back of a spoon is sometimes better than a knife, because a knife seems to kick it up, doesn't it, a little bit?
That's what I was thinking. And any advice on sort of decorating and icing cakes?
Oh, I'm not very good at that sometimes. I mean, I'm getting better, but I always use a blind card when it comes to decorating them. If anybody says anything, I say, I can't see very well, so it's quite good. But I just tend to stick to a very plain nozzle piping bag and just do a swirl and hope it hits the top of the cake. Sometimes.
You're brave.
But like I say, I just go mad with the sprinkles and things, and then nobody notices anything underneath it.
Great, thank you.
We got any? Did you say there was another?
I'm not sure. No, I don't think anyone's got there. Oh, June's waving at us.
June, have you got a question?
We'll have to unmute though.
We have to. Can you unmute? Not sure if she can. I will come back to June.
I think she's just trying.
What I'll do is I'll ask another question.
Perm's got her hand up.
Oh, Perm's got her hand up. Hi, Perm.
Oh, June's unmuted.
Hi everyone. Good evening. Good evening. It's absolutely chucking it down here in the Midlands. It's horrible. And if you hear somebody in the background, that's my mom. So you get to meet her tomorrow. Hi, Gwyneth. It's lovely to meet you. Have a question.
Yeah.
Just recently, in the last 5 years, a company called Cake Box has erupted all across the country, and they do a very light, fluffy cake mixture, and it's all vegan. No egg base at all. Do you know how they do it? If so, could I have the recipe? The cakes are so lovely. They're very cream heavy, but I don't know if anyone's tried Cake Box cakes, but they are delicious.
I've never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
No, never heard of them.
No.
If I knew how they do it, I'd probably own the company, wouldn't I?
True. But I'm just wondering if there's any light-based cakes which are like egg-free, but they do them and they're quite popular, especially in the Asian culture. Yeah.
Well, I'll have to check them out myself. Cake box. No idea on that one, I'm afraid.
Okay. Okay. I just thought I'd ask. So when are you going to be on TikTok, or are you on TikTok?
No, I don't do TikTok. I'm not really sure. I'm not very good at stuff like that. I don't know. My daughter keeps telling us to try it, but I might get around to it one day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Perm. And we've got June. Hi, June.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, you're good.
All right, okay. I was just wanting to ask Gwyneth, the recipe book that you're about to, bring together, will it be available in audio?
I'm hoping it will be at some point. I mean, initially, it's been quite difficult trying to get funding for it. But my lovely mother-in-law has decided that she will pay for the cost for getting it printed initially, and then we'll go from there. But I would like to have it in audio. So that would be the plan.
That's the only way it would work for me, because I've got no sight at all.
Yes, yeah. I realise that with a lot of people, but I think one stage at a time. But I would definitely love to have it on audio. So
we may be able to. There could be a way that we could maybe perhaps support with that. This book is going to be available for our community, and proceeds going to Retina UK.
Yeah.
We do have transcribers for perhaps our monthly or bi-monthly magazine that we send out, and so our monthly newsletters as well. So there could be a way that we at Retina UK can work with Gwyneth to bring that to the foreground a lot.
That would be great.
Than later, if that is what our community would wish. So watch this space.
Yep. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be very good.
Definitely.
I mean, initially it's going to be in a larger font than normal books, shall we say? So I'm trying to get as user friendly as possible to start with, but it's very difficult, as you probably know. But an audio one would be great.
Yeah, but I think you're doing an amazing job, Gwyneth, and I know you've been trying to get your book off the ground for a while, and we wish you all the best with it, and if there is anything you can do to support, then we'll help you out.
Oh, that's good. We'll have to have a catch up on that.
Definitely. Yeah. Has anybody got any other questions for Gwyneth, or anyone would like to share any advice, pearls of wisdom?
How do you get on making Christmas cakes, or don't you?
Yes, I made Christmas cakes. I had all my.
I would love to go. I used to make one every year, and I would love to go back to just making a small one, just for my own satisfaction.
Yeah. I like you. I used to make one every year. I used to make about 7 or 8 for the whole family, like brothers, sisters, my mother-in-law, and all the rest of it years ago. But Christmas just gone. My blind bakers group, actually, they wanted to do a Christmas cake, so they all made their own Christmas cakes. So we'll probably be doing that again this year, probably when we start up again in October.
Right.
So, but it's quite easy still. You can get all the stuff pre-weighed a lot of the time now, which helps.
Yeah.
I think Sainsbury's and Tesco's, I think, definitely do their own, almost like a box mix, but everything is already weighed out for you. You just have to add your fresh ingredients.
Right.
Sometimes that's handy.
I might check that out. I mean, the sort of thing I would find difficult to do wouldn't be so much, because I've got talking scales like everybody. It's the sort of thing that actually, even when I had vision, I used to struggle with, which was lining the tin and all that sort of thing. I always struggled doing that sort of thing, and I would really have a problem trying to do that now. I'd probably have to have someone round here and do that for me.
You can get on Amazon, because I hate doing that. That's one of the jobs I absolutely hate, is lining tins.
And
It's
then
one of those
you
things.
can get the round ones, because I used to have them. But
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can get
sound.
oblong ones. Yeah, you can get all different shapes now, and different things on Amazon, which are quite handy. You know, sometimes they're sort of pre-cut, but they will fit different sizes of tins as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I would just be doing like the smallest 6-inch one, because it's only me anyway. But yeah, you know. But I sort of miss making the Christmas cake with the ritual of doing that, and the smell in the house and all that when you're doing it. Yeah.
I know, it's very Christmassy once you start doing that. Then feeding it every week, running up to Christmas.
And taking a nip at the same time.
Yeah, yes, I was just going to say something to make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
You can't put anything in the cake that you can't drink yourself.
No, that's right. Just checking the brandy hasn't gone off.
Thanks very much for that question, Paula. I think Barbara's got a hand up or a question.
It was just going back to the book thing. Mark, you were saying that perhaps Retina UK might be able to assist, say, with the audio version. Would there be a possibility of also looking at an electronic one that's going to be very easily compatible with screen readers?
Screen readers as well. I think, like Gwyneth said, you know, when we are, like what we do at Retina UK with any publications that we send out, we try to make it in as many different formats as we can. And, you know, obviously when you're bringing out books, publications, you know, it does get quite expensive. So if there is anything that we can do for a PDF version or something like that, then, you know, I can speak to our comms team and our fundraising team to see whether there is any assistance that we can perhaps do to support the publishing of other versions of this book, so they are a lot more accessible. You know, if Gwyneth is kindly going to be donating some of the proceeds to Retina UK, I'm sure we will be able to assist with that.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Have you thought of looking into crowdfunding for that side of things?
I did initially, but I'm not really very good with things like that. I don't really.
No, I wouldn't be. No.
No.
But, if you find somebody who could do it for you, it might be worth. Doing.
Like I say, we were thinking about different options, and then my lovely mother-in-law had some money in the bank, and she says, "Look, I'll fund it," because she knows it's something that I really want to do, as well as, you know, it'll be good. So she says, "No, I'll fund it, especially if it's for charity." So, so I was over the moon at that. So it's all systems go, trying to get it sorted out. Then my daughter's got the job of transcribing it really all into a proper PDF or whatever they call them and putting it out there. So
excellent. Have we got any other? I'm trying to keep an eye on the time.
It is 7:40. No other hands up at the moment.
If anybody is around the Tyne and Wear area and would love to sample some of Gwyneth's delicious cooking, both savoury and sweet treats, please come along to the Tyne and Wear peer support group in association with Northern Alliance, and it's going to be on the 12th of October from 1 p.m. It's an amazing buffet. Caroline and I joined Colin and Gwyneth back in March, and her food is absolutely amazing. I love my food, and I was blown away by the sheer volume of how much food there was. I didn't know whether you wanted to say a little bit more about that, Gwyneth, how much it is per plate, and, you know, let's say you said all proceeds go to Retina UK.
Yeah, we normally just charge £5, and it's just go and eat as much as you can, really. It's one of those type buffets. One of my mottos is never knowingly undercated, so I always make far too much. You know, when I think I've got enough, I make a little bit more just in case. But yes, all the money goes to it in the UK, so again, it's well worth it.
Gwyneth, what sort of things do you provide at the buffet, please?
Generally, it's your normal run-of-the-mill savoury things, the sandwiches and things like that, as well as always make homemade sausage rolls, corned beef pies, whatever we ask for, really. I do quite do the salad plates, but they're not normally as popular as the other ones. The salad tray normally comes back home with us. And I always make some either cookie or cake or tray bake. The old school cake's always popular. So this is the thing, I didn't really understand old school cake because I never went to school dinners. So but apparently it's very popular. So
I think it was the first time that I've actually ever had corned beef pie. So
you're not the only one now. I don't know why. I'm very surprised that people haven't had corned beef pie before.
No, I've never had it.
It's not something you get down in Kent. So
Oh, it must just be a northeast thing. It's very popular up here. You can't do anything without having a corned beef pie.
How do you make
Obviously, a Geordie specialty.
Yeah, it must be.
So please, if you are around that area, or you just want to go for a fun, it's from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. And Colin puts on an amazing show, Bridge Hotel, in Newcastle, in the upstairs room, and we get about 50 or 60 guests. There's science speakers, there's lots of special guest speakers. I believe Colin and a couple of others are actually getting their chest waxed as well. So
yes,
an all in aid of Retina UK, and also it's going to be a raffle as well to help grow the group for the next one that he will be doing probably next spring. So anybody is free on Saturday the 12th, and you would like to go and experience a great fun day and also some delicious food, then it's free to attend. So just please come along and enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, I think my husband's one of them getting his chest waxed again this time as well.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yes. So that'll be fun.
I think we're also going to be joined by James Clark, our fundraising and events manager. He's coming to talk about his journey with retinitis pigmentosa and a little bit more about some of the fundraising events that he enjoys creating for Retina UK as well. I won't no plots as plot spoilers, so I'll let James crack on with that. So please come and join us if you're around that area. So
there's a question in the inbox from Dana. Have you cooked cakes in the basic air fryer?
I haven't. No, I've it's something I'm going to do, but my air fryer, I don't think it's big enough for it. I need a new one. I might have to invest in a talking one. But I've heard people have very good results with them.
What's that?
In an air fryer.
Yeah, cooking what?
Cakes.
Sponge.
Oh no, I haven't tried cake. No. The only disaster I've tried in the air fryer, and it was a disaster, was a rice pudding. That was a rice pudding. I haven't tried cakes, but I would like to, but I don't know. I think it probably wouldn't work so well because of the concentrated space and the heat. You'd have to have it on quite low,
Yeah.
That's my only fear. And you'd probably need a bigger air fryer. I mean, the talking air fryer is only a 4.4 litre. So for instance, you couldn't get two sponge tins in there. You couldn't get two sponge tins side by side. You'd have to do one, then the other. That sort of thing. Yeah. And I don't know that there's the company that I got my talking air fryer from doesn't make a bigger one. That is the one and only size they do.
Anything else?
Not at the moment.
Right, excellent. Has anyone else got anything that they would like to share in regards to cooking? Any ideas? Amelia mentioned in October the 10th, Retina UK will be celebrating their first annual Retina UK Day, and it's in association with World Vision Day, and we want our community to come together, fundraise, do a bake sale or a cake sale, even do something as out of the box as an online, can't see, won't cook type thing that they used to see on the BBC, and or anything creative to help raise awareness for what we do at Retina UK, and just to inspire our community that living with inherited retinal dystrophies or progressive sight loss shouldn't stop you from doing anything that you want to do, as anything from baking a cake, to jumping out of an aeroplane. There's nothing that we can't do. So if anybody's got any ideas or planned events that they would like to do for Retina UK Day, please get in contact with Amelia in the fundraising team, or James Clark, or simply email fundraising@retinauk.org.uk, and they will be more than happy to support you with any events that you've got planned. I think we've got 4 cake sales, I think, already planned for that day. So if we can keep that number growing to help raise funds for what we do at Retina UK, that would be much appreciated. Have we got any other? I think we're doing good time.
Yeah,
10 to. We do have quite a lot of peer support groups coming up over the next couple of weeks, but the big event that will be coming up on Saturday will be our annual conference. We would love to see as many people from around the UK join us in Manchester at the Pendulum Hotel on Saturday, the 28th of September. The more of our community we can come and to come together and we can meet in person would be brilliant. There's still availability, so please register. I think Caroline can pop the link into the chat box, should anybody still want to register for that event. It starts from 10 o'clock on Saturday, and then we have quite a few groups coming up next month from our Glasgow group. Again, we're going to be talking to Graham from Sight and Sound, and he's going to be showcasing some new technology, including the new WeWalk 2 smart cane that he spoke about at our Talking Travel peer support group back in July. If anybody's interested in that recording, again, please let me know and I will send you the follow-up for that as well. And then moving on from there, we've got our next Talking Travel peer group, and again, we've got a guy called Robert Taylor, who is a author and also a travel blogger as well. He gets jets off all over the place. He's living with retinitis pigmentosa, but he doesn't let his sight loss stop him from traveling around the UK and abroad. So if you want to come and listen to his amazing journey, then that is going to be on the Thursday, the 3rd of October. And then we have quite a few peer groups coming up on the 12th, including the Tyne and Wear. We've got Hampshire, Tudor House visit. We have our Merseyside peer support group in collaboration with Socialise Warrington. And if anybody likes their yoga and they like puppy dogs, apparently there is something called puppy yoga where you can combine the two, and that's going to be in collaboration with an organisation called Puppy Love Yoga. All the details are available on our events page for all of our peer support groups. And Belfast, if we've got anyone joining us from Belfast, they will be going to Londonderry for a lunch and a walk around the old walls, and I believe that is on the 5th of October, that one. There's many more groups coming up as well, so please check out our local group page to see what one is close to you. And if anybody has any thoughts or suggestions or ideas for topics or speakers for our national peer support group, then please do get in touch with me. I would love to hear your insights and ideas of what you would like to learn more about, what would inspire you, whether it will be an outdoor activity or whether it will be something closer to home like cooking. If anyone would like to leave feedback as well, then that would be very, very much appreciated. It's the way that we grow our groups, we learn from our community. There will be a feedback form in the follow-up email. If you can take some time to fill that in, that would be much appreciated. Or simply just email me back via the invitation that will go to our events inbox, and I will be able to pick that up. I love to hear your feedback, whether you like it, whether it's not something for you. All feedback is crucial and vital to help us bring more interesting and insightful subjects to our community. I think we're still doing good for time. Has any, before we depart and you guys go on and have a fantastic evening, does anybody have any final questions for Gwyneth or any information from Retina UK that you'd like to know? Joyce? Hi, Joyce.
Hi, it's about the conference on Saturday. I can't go in person, but can we join in and listen?
Yes.
Or
Absolutely. The conference is available to stream via our online platform. You can, what I'll do is, Joyce, I will let our team know that you're not going to be coming in person, and what we will do is we will send you the joining link so you can listen, you know, in the comfort of your own home. So
okay, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
no, leave that with me. We'll get that sorted tomorrow morning. Not a problem.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
No worries. Has anybody got any final advice? Anything that they would like to share? Please bring any recipes over to me as well. It will be great for anybody that's got any quick and simple recipes that would like to share with the group. Then that will be brilliant. We're good. I think the comments box looks.
Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah.
Well, thank you very, very much, everybody, for joining us for this National Peer Support Group Autumn meeting. A very, very massive thank you to Gwyneth for joining us and sharing your tips.
Thank you, and thank you, Amelia, for and good luck with the book.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Can't wait to see it.
No, neither can I now.
We wish her all the best with the book, and you know, and we'll, you know, sure that we'll let everybody know when it becomes available. So thank you, everyone. And
thank you.
Thank you to Amelia. A big thank you to Caroline, who has been on the comms with us this evening. I really do appreciate you all coming. I'm Mark Baxter, the Information and Support Coordinator. So if you do need anything else from me, please do drop me an email or drop me a phone call. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gwyneth.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Caroline.
Bye.
Bye.
We hope you've enjoyed this Retina UK peer group recording. If you have any questions or queries regarding its content, or you would like to leave us some feedback, then please do get in touch. You can contact us via our helpline on 0300 111 4000. Call the office team on 01280 821 334, or alternatively, you can contact us via email at services@retinauk.org.uk. If you are interested in creating your own peer support group and assisting Retina UK to grow our peer support group network and join our amazing team of volunteers, then please do get in touch by contacting us at info@retinauk.org.uk and speak to a member of staff to see how you can get involved. Thanks again for listening, and please stay tuned for more peer support group recordings coming throughout this year. Take care and all the best. Bye for now.